Well, hello there. I'm Meg, and this is iNGENiO, where we grow creative minds through art and technology.
Well, I am so excited you're here today because we are about to go on an amazing adventure into the world of imagination and creativity. Are you ready to have some fun with me? Should we start with a little game? Right where you are, take a look around you. What do you see? Maybe there's some stationery on your desk, maybe a ruler or a stapler. Are you sitting on a chair? Have a look at that. Even your shoes? Now, close your eyes and imagine what else they could be. Could you turn those into a flying car, a dragon, maybe a spaceship? What about a pencil? I have a bunch of pencils on my desk. I'm looking at a blue one. Could it be a fishing rod? If I add a few more, could there be a forest? A perfect place for a hammock and a little reed? Or maybe prison bars to hold a cheeky little crocodile. I wonder why he's there. Maybe you can imagine a story. That's what I love about imagination. It can turn ordinary things into something extraordinary. And guess what? Kids your age are the very best imaginers in the whole wide world. You have a superpower that lets you dream up incredible ideas. It's kind of like your brain is an idea factory, churning out lots and lots of ideas all the time. And you know, the more you practice, the more ideas you'll have, like bubbles floating all around you. And what's really cool is you can never run out of ideas. That brain of yours will just keep making more and more and more and more. Now, imagination isn't just for fun, although it is super fun. It's also how big and important ideas are born. Did you know every invention started as just a little spark of an idea? For example, a pair of brothers imagined that people could fly, and that is how the aeroplane was invented. The brothers were called the Wright brothers, Wilbur and Orville. And people those days thought they were crazy when they first came up with that idea. Humans flying? Are you mad? Their feet are supposed to stay on the ground. But look at what that crazy, wonderful idea has taken us to now. Now we can hop on an airplane and fly anywhere in the world. I'm so grateful to those two. And then there was a man called Thomas Edison, and he thought, what if we could light up the dark with something other than a candle? And that is how the first spark of a light bulb came to be. Do you know, it took him a lot of effort to make the light bulb. That's the thing about being an Imagineer, and that's someone who dreams up new ideas. It takes a lot of bravery. Sometimes your ideas might seem a little silly or not to work out the first time. Do you know it took Thomas Edison 2,774 tries to make the light bulb work? He had so many ideas to try out before he got to the one that worked. When I'm making art, I always remind myself that I need to have a lot of bad ideas before I get to the good ones. And that's okay. Every idea, even the ones that feel silly, help us to learn and grow and get to the good stuff. So don't worry if things don't work out first time. That's why one of the great rules of creativity is try everything. Don't worry about being perfect. It's all part of the process. So today, I'd like to introduce you to some amazing artists. People who see the world in a very different way. King Imagineers, you might call them. They use their imaginations to turn ordinary things into magical art. And their creativity inspires people all over the world. When we talk about inspiration, we mean that feeling you get inside you when something you see or you hear or you experience gives you a new idea and makes you want to try something yourself. That means you've been inspired. These artists show us that there are no limits to what you can create or when you use your imagination. And we'll use their work as our inspiration for our own art piece today. So let's take a closer look. This is Tom Bob. He is an artist who loves taking things you might not even notice, like pipes, walls, hose pipes, things like that, and he imagines what they could become. He doesn't see them as boring or ugly. To him, they're full of possibilities, and his idea factory goes wild. Look at this pipe he turned into a friendly bee. Can you imagine walking past this in the morning and being surprised by this happy little creature? Or how about these two pipes he transformed into colourful pattern kissy worms? And this one is a favourite. These hose pipes, they could have been so ugly just sitting there, but he made them become a pirate straight out of a famous movie. Tom Bob shows us that even the most ordinary things around us can become something incredible if we just look at them differently. Now I want to ask you a question. Have you ever watched the clouds in the sky and imagined what they could also be? Maybe you've seen a dragon or a bunny floating in the sky. That's what Chris Judge does, but he takes it a step further. He draws simple doodles on photos of clouds to turn them into magical stories. His art reminds us that stories and possibilities are everywhere, even right above our heads. Who could ever get bored when we can imagine stories in the sky above us? The sky will always be there, which means those stories will always be there. What do you see when you look at the clouds? Maybe you'll look at them a bit differently after today. This is Lucas Leviton. He is an artist from Brazil who loves taking photos from Instagram and adding magical characters to them. He doesn't change the actual photos, he just adds his sparkle of imagination, and suddenly they tell a whole new story. Look at this one. A guy fishing in the freezer, but all he has caught is a fish finger instead of an actual fish. Or this one, I love it. The toddler vacuuming up a monster. Doesn't it look like it could actually be happening? That monster looks absolutely terrified, like he was just minding his own business and suddenly 3 of his tentacles got sucked up into a powerful vacuum cleaner. Well, what about this man who's painting spots onto a cow? It's so clever and it makes me laugh every time. What if that's really how cows got their spots? Or if this girl with a giant pencil drawing lines on the road was really how the lines got there? His work makes us think, what if the world was really like that? Lucas's art is all about finding joy and seeing everyday moments in a brand new way. Ben Rubin does a similar thing. He rides to work every day on the subway, and he spends his time creating art. He takes his iPad along with him, and he draws funny monsters into the scenes around him. These monsters have awesome personalities. They look like they are totally part of the world, sleeping next to a friend or cuddling up close. Some of them just look so bored, just like the people on the train. I love this phone creature who isn't looking at a phone, but a handheld human. It's a bit silly, isn't it? Silly imaginations are wonderful things, and I'm so grateful to Ben Rubin for using his art to make us all laugh. His work shows us that imagination can bring fun and surprise to the most ordinary parts of the day. I wonder, if there were creatures hiding around your room right now, what would they be doing? And what would they look like? Now let's look at this person. Vimal Chandran creates tiny magical worlds in places that we might not notice. Imagine a little miniature person living among the flowers or collecting dewdrops. We can imagine this little world happening in our gardens, outside without us even knowing. A tiny person flying on a butterfly to school, or having her lunch on a flower petal, or spending the afternoon singing with the birds high up in the branches. Wouldn't it be fun to shrink down and visit a world like that? I wonder if they'd fit in our hands, or if we could hear their tiny, tiny voices. Vimal's art makes us imagine the stories are happening in our real world, in the smallest corners, in places that we haven't looked yet. Loli has a completely different idea, and I love it. She imagines huge giants living invisibly in the middle of cities like New York City. She calls them creatures of hope. They look like they're full of kindness and wonder. They look so friendly and caring. Makes me want to have a friend like that. What do you think? They are so tall, and they're always looking down, almost like they're watching over everyone around them. I love this one that looks like it's taking a break and just thinking about things as they sit and look over the city. Her art makes us imagine a world where giants live quietly and invisibly among us, bringing hope and beauty. I like that thought. Do you? If you had a gentle giant friend, what would it look like? And how would your giant spend his or her days? And our last artist is David Zinn. He brings art to the streets, literally. He uses chalk to draw fun and friendly little animals on sidewalks and walls, turning simple places into happy surprises. David reminds us that art doesn't have to last forever to make an impact. It's about creating something that makes people smile and see the world in a new way. What little creature would you like to see on a sidewalk as you walk down the street? Maybe you can create that. So aren't these artists incredible? They show us how powerful our imaginations could be. They don't just see things as they are. They don't just see the ordinary. They see what could be. They imagine. Today we're going to do the same. We're going to use our imaginations to create our own magical piece of art. We'll take something ordinary, like a cloud or a tree or even a cereal bowl, and turn it into something extraordinary. We're going to use digital art, which is like having an art studio in your hands. Apps like Procreate and Sketchbook let you draw, erase, and add colors to create something unique. Don't worry, if you haven't ever used them, I'm going to show you exactly what you need to make your artwork. And by the end of this project, you'll have your very own masterpiece, something that's all yours, made with your incredible imagination. Maybe this could be the start of your own creative adventure. I really hope so. So, let's switch on our imagination station brains and stretch those idea muscles and see the world differently today. Are you ready? Let's jump over into the demo lesson and I'm going to guide you through our Imagineering project.